Today I'm going to be making steak and eggs. Steak and eggs. And I'm also going to be doing potatoes, but they're going to be the most deadly potatoes you will ever eat. I guarantee you. What breakfast would be breakfast without coffee? And I just got a little Hortons there. Canada's pride. There's always a debate on what do you use, a knife or a peeler. I like my knife. Had this since culinary school. It's got a little, like, even worn out there in the middle. Tips kind of rounded off. Call it Old Faithful. Oh, if you are using one of these gadgets, which is my favorite, I've also had this since culinary school. It has this little hole here. So, a lot of people don't know this, but if you have like a little eye in your potato, you just stick it in there, give it a little, and there it is. All right, you just want to cut the potatoes in roughly the same size. If you're wondering why I'm sitting down all my videos, is because I have a bum knee. Haven't been able to work all winter, which is why I started doing these videos to kind of pass the time, so I wouldn't go stir crazy, being naked with a shotgun or a sniper rifle on top of the post office. Okay. You add about a handful of salt. And the key to this is using about a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Why a teaspoon of baking soda? Because it's going to make the water alkaline. It's going to neutralize the pectins that are coming out of the potatoes, and it's going to rough the potatoes up a little bit. So when you stick them in the oven, they're going to get nice and crunchy, far more crunchy than if you just salt the water. Now to add the potatoes to the boiling water. Now I got the idea for this from a couple of recipes I've seen on the internet, and it works really, really well. This is the only time I'm ever going to tell you to put potatoes in boiling water. If you're going to do mashed potatoes, always start from cold water. This is the one exception. My friend Christy took my dog out for a piss. She got me this little flower from out in the yard. I think it looks very nice and springy. At any rate, we're going to make a infused oil. And I'm going to show you what we're going to infuse the oil with. I have rosemary here, about 5 sprigs of rosemary that I just chopped up. I'm going to use these onions because I love onions and I have a ton of them and I have to use them up. And I have around 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. I kind of lost count because I got into some alcohol and lost track of time. Anyway, next for the oil. All right, now for the oil, I'm just going to put some oil in this pot. I'm using this pot. I could use something a lot smaller, but this is already dirty, so that's why I'm using it. After the oil gets hot, I add the onions. Put the rosemary in, and the garlic. A little salt for the onions. And we're just going to start turning this around until the onions and the garlic start to go brown. The garlic is going brown, and I'm going to strain it now. Alright. Okay, you want to save the solids, the rosemary and the garlic and the onions, and you want to save the oil because we're going to toss the potatoes in the oil. Now this is important. We're going to salt the potatoes and give them a little flip. I can't see because of my glasses. We're going to flip them around a little bit just so that the outside starts to get mashed a bit. See how they're going to get all mashed on the outside? And our oil here is the infused oil. We're just going to dump the potatoes in here. I'm just going to give it a little toss. So it's all coated in the infused oil. And try to leave some space between each potato. I noticed that I cut myself shaving there. Look at that. It's a sin. Anyway, for the rest of the meal, I'm going to soft boil some eggs. My favorite way of having eggs are soft boiled, and it makes me angry around here that restaurants won't do that. Really, really, really makes me angry. It's just 6 minutes into a boiling pot of water. Anyway, I'm going to do steak and eggs, and I have some rib steaks, and when I fry it up, I'm going to put one of these things in there, of rosemary, and just 3 cloves of garlic, because I'm going to baste them. And then that's it. Annalise, give me a hand here. She's flipping the potatoes. It's about half hour in. Look at them, they're nice and golden. Look at that.
Don't burn yourself in the pan.
I just burned myself. It's no big deal. Skin is for burning. Cross rib steaks. Oh, got these at a good deal. They don't have a whole lot of marbling in. Just gonna dry my meat off for when I sear it. Salt them like an hour beforehand if you really want. Just hang them out in the fridge. Leave them out. Some people say you should let the steak come up to room temperature. Scientifically speaking, though, you don't really need to, especially with a steak that thin. It's not going to really make much of a difference. Just like a few seconds in cooking time. I'm gonna season the steaks with this Jason's World Famous Steaks Place. Just want to punch that in there. Oh shit. Just kind of want to punch the seasoning into the steak. I forgot to buy butter, so I'm just gonna have to do this with oil. Oil in your pan. Let it get nice and hot. Hi, kitty. You want something to eat? And once it starts to smoke, in goes the steak. Oh. Alright, when you go to plate it, be very generous with your potatoes. They're going to kind of go in the middle. I'll put the steak here like that. And then your 2 little eggs. There we have steak and eggs and the best roast potatoes in the world. Now, crack into this meat. I like my meat a little rare. Look at that. Nice and crispy on the outside and soft and gooey in the middle. Suffering Jesus, those are good. Get your nice soft boiled egg on top of there. And you just kind of cut into it. And all that yolky goodness goes right into the potato. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Oh. Deadly. So there you have it. Steak and eggs. Breakfast for supper. Everyone friggin' loves it. See you next time.